do you do when the story comes to an end? What do you do with your hero when they have accepted the call to adventure and accomplished the mission set before them? What's next for the intrepid adventurer? Well, that's the last step of the hero's journey. I'm your host, Garrett K. Jones, and for the final Creator's Corner tip of Season 4, I'm helping you put the end cap on the story that you've been writing so that the hero can live in their new normal. Happy Saturday and welcome to my channel. If you're new, glad to have you, and if you're a returning viewer, glad to have you back. You can become a channel supporter through Patreon and the merch store. Both are going to be linked down in the video description, and of course I'll talk more about those options towards the end of the video. Now, the fastest, the easiest, and the most free way to support what we do here is by becoming a subscriber. So make sure to click the subscribe button, smash that like button, and click the bell for notifications on new videos. While this episode is the last official regular season episode, there are still 5 episodes left for Season 4. Next week is going to be the author showcase, followed by 4 fantastic interviews throughout the entire month of August. I've been eagerly anticipating Author Awareness August all season because I get to do a few extra interviews, and that's probably one of the most fun things that I get to do with this channel. Lastly, not only is next week the author showcase, it's also the date for my next library live stream lecture. Try saying that 5 times fast. That. No, the phrase library live stream lecture 5 times fast. Library live stream lectures. Library live stream. Never mind. Anyway, I'll be live streaming the whole lecture, and I'll be talking about the hero's journey and workshopping how it's incorporated into a variety of different genres and stories. I'm looking forward to sharing that with you guys, and it's my hope that you'll tune in for that as well. Before going any further with the video, be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon for notifications on new videos. You can select notifications for all videos, or you can select notifications based on your preferences. If you're watching on your phone, be sure to update those settings inside the app itself to get the most out of your viewing experience. So here we are at the end of the hero's journey. It's taken us almost a year from beginning to end, and while that seems like a long time for us, just think of how long this trip has been for the hero that you're writing. Now, while you've been writing through this story arc, your protagonist has changed. They've evolved. They are no longer who and what they used to be when they first appeared in the text of your story. So far, we have been introduced to the ordinary world. The hero has been called to adventure, and they may or may not have refused that call, but they have accepted it. In doing so, they have encountered their mentor. They have crossed thresholds into the special world. They have met allies and enemies alike. They have faced tests and trials. They've encountered ordeals, and they've had to face a final battle culminating in their eventual return to the life they once knew. This is where we come to step 12, the return with the elixir. This means that the hero is returning to their previous home life with an elixir or the knowledge that they've obtained over the course of their adventure, with the goal of applying it to all who remain there. This is the true reward at the end of the journey. In mythology and folklore, elixirs were potions that carried some kind of magical or medicinal function. The word is a Middle English derivation of the Arabic al-iksir, which itself is derived from the Greek word zirion, a dry powder used for healing wounds. Zirion comes from the word ziros, meaning dry. For the sake of the hero's journey, the elixir doesn't exactly have to be a potion or a magical source of any kind. As mentioned, it could be the knowledge that the hero has gained and applied over the course of their journey. Continuing our use of Star Wars to highlight and underscore these examples doesn't quite work here. While Luke Skywalker does return after battling the Death Star with a new hope for the galaxy because he has the ability to rekindle the Jedi Order, he's not going back to his old life on Tatooine. This is especially true when we look at the original Star Wars trilogy as one larger story, each movie being one act in the story. The Hobbit and its title character Bilbo Baggins make for a much more satisfactory example. At the end of Bilbo's journey, he returns to the Shire a changed man. Now he has an expanded knowledge of the world beyond Hobbiton. He actually carries a small bit of magic that helped him when he had to face off against Smaug the dragon and survive the battle of the Five Armies, namely, the magical golden ring granting him the power of invisibility. Of course, audiences know it to be the one ring of power forged by Lord Sauron, and as far as Bilbo knows, it is just a common garden variety magical token. He doesn't understand its influence over him and its larger role within Middle-earth, but he keeps this knowledge of what the ring can do and where he found it a secret. Gandalf has his suspicions, even though nothing is explicitly said, but that is a story for a different time. What matters more is how the character has changed from the beginning until they get to this point at the end of the story. The question then becomes, what kind of change do you want your hero to experience? A great example of change comes from one of my favorite TV shows, Friends. While some of the jokes probably aren't PC in today's woke pop culture, there are still some seriously strong character arcs. Of the 6 main characters, only Joey Tribbiani is the least changed. When we meet him at the opening of season 1, he's a single guy, he's an actor, and he's kind of a womanizer. There are some ladies that he will date multiple times, but they don't usually last long in their relationship. By the end of season 10, he's still pretty much that guy, just 10 years older. On the flip side, take a look at my favorite character, Chandler. He's also my spirit animal. He starts off in some kind of office job. Nobody actually knows what he does. He hates it, but he's got the most stable occupation out of the group. He's charming, he's funny, but he's lonely because he wants to find love despite his cynical attitude towards romance and his wrecked home life growing up. By season 10, he's changed. He's changed jobs. He's gone into marketing where he feels far more fulfilled. He's married to Monica, whom he loves deeply. He's more or less accepted what happened between his parents, and as he and his wife become parents, he's resolved to not repeat those mistakes. The whole purpose of change within a character arc is to see how the character changes as a person, because ultimately we want to think of these characters as real people. When people pick up a new book, they want to invest in the stories of the characters' choices and actions, and they aren't going to connect with one-off, two-dimensional characters when a deeper connection is what they really crave. Readers will appreciate the steps that you, as the author, take to give them a character with which they can connect. So how can we as writers make our heroes' change as substantial for readers as possible? Well, here are 9 things to consider to make that evolution meaningful for your readers. This list comes from readsyblog.com about writing characters readers won't forget. You don't have to use all of these tips, and it's not an exhaustive list, just food for thought when writing your character arcs. Number 1, establish your hero's story goals and motivations. The earlier you know about this in your character and establish it in the story, the better the character will be received. It gives them something to strive for and sets them up to face challenges and obstacles that hinder their course. Number 2, give the character an internal and external conflict. This allows your readers to see both the best and worst qualities of the character, because it is in these moments of conflict that you and they can see who the character really is when the chips are down. Number 3, make sure the hero has strengths and flaws. It's great to have strong characters regardless of if they are male or female, but they can't be perfect. You want them to be as relatable as they are likable. Number 4, decide if the character is going to be static or dynamic. Characters that change very little about themselves over time are static, whereas characters who undergo significant change are dynamic. Think Joey and Chandler. Number 5, give the character a past. Everybody has a history, and the more tangible your hero is, the more they will impact your reader. I talked about this in great length in my Season 3 character development playlist, which I have linked right up here if you want to check it out later. Number 6, develop the hero's external characteristics to make them discernible to the reader. You don't want them to be generic. And not all heroes look beefed up, superpowered warriors. Case in point, Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon. He's as scrawny as they come, but what makes him heroic is his willingness to face down impossible challenges using the skills at his disposal and his intellect. Number 7, give your hero distinctive mannerisms. If you've people watched for any length of time, you'll notice that body language is as crucial as actual vocal communication. Mannerisms tell you a lot about a character's personality and their emotions. Number 8, research. Know what it is that you're talking about when providing information about your hero. If he or she is a farmer, what kind? What tools does he or she use on the farm? How long would it take to get the job done? How many teats does a cow have on her udders? Details matter. Finally, at number 9, give the character an actual weakness. Come on. That doesn't mean that they are tone deaf or terrible at math. Again, it needs to be something substantial. If you look at the show The Boys, the heroes, and I use the word heroes in quotations, the heroes of the 7 are all incredibly flawed individuals. Homelander, for example, is an omnipotent narcissist. A-Train has a substance abuse problem that causes him heart failure. Black Noir is legitimately having a psychological break from reality caused by all of this trauma. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Hey, thanks for watching. Please hit like and subscribe. If you'd like to support this channel, you can do so on Patreon through one of 3 affordable support plans. Patrons get access to blooper reels, behind-the-scenes videos, and so much more. You can also buy sweet merch from my store on Teespring, which you can then turn around and rep on Instagram and Twitter by tagging me at GKJ_publishing and using the hashtag 5kingdomsmerch. Or you can sign up for the free poster giveaway. All links are down in the video description, and I will announce a winner for the poster when I hit 200 YouTube subscribers. Make sure to tune in next week for the last video of July, which is the Authors Showcase. I will be displaying each interviewee that I'll be featuring in this year's Author Awareness August Marathon. The vlog of the 5 Kingdoms is filmed without the use of a live audience at Skyrocket Studios in Hanford, California. We can't do what we do without your help, so please make sure to subscribe by clicking the button that's above my head, and make sure to watch and share the videos over here to my left. Have a great week.